Greg Hans, I found your document fascinating, clearly with the optimism of the Johnson government. Explain to me how you can give way on food standards. Where is the compromise that's available for you and the people of Great Britain on food standards with the U.S. agricultural industry?
Well, look, we've been absolutely clear that there is a deal to be done, but there won't be any lowering of UK food standards. So that's not something that that is on the table from our side. And we have been absolutely clear on that, both in the document and in our discussions with the US administration and the US trade representative.
Because of the moment here that we're in with this virus crisis, could you explain to me on trade the border flow that will be disrupted over the next week and indeed over the next quarter? When you look at all of trade of Great Britain with Europe, how will the virus disrupt that actual transfer? How does it disrupt it at Edinburgh Airport? How does it disrupt it across the North Sea?
Well, so far, to be fair, I don't think we've seen a lot of disruption on trade flows, but the data, and you'll be aware, data on this kind of trade data tends to lag rather than lead. But we're not aware of a significant disruption to UK trade at this point, either with Europe or transatlantic or with anywhere else. Obviously, there's been a suspension of a huge number of flights to and from China and particular other countries, particular other centres of the outbreak. But so far, we haven't seen a significant impact on UK trade.
Greg Hans, when you look at the timeline in which the UK wants to sign a trade deal with the US, are we talking 4 or 5 years, or could it be longer?
Well, I very much doubt if it would take that long. Both sides are committed to getting on with it. Robert Lighthizer, US Trade Representative, is in the UK today, and we're looking to start the negotiations very soon. Until we start the negotiations, it's difficult to tell how long the negotiations might take.
Have you had any feedback from the US side on some of the things that you've put in this working paper?
Well, we've only just published it this morning, UK time, so we haven't yet to have any feedback, but we've indicated to the US, to Ambassador Lighthizer, that today would be the day that we will be publishing.
And Greg Hans, I mean, I look at the response from the United States to this as well. What is the power that the British government has in these transatlantic negotiations? What is the thrust, the power that you have as you begin these delicate negotiations?
Well, look, I mean, this is a trade negotiation between the world's largest economy and the world's 5th largest economy. In fact, we would be the world's the largest economy with which the US would have a new free trade agreement. So I think both sides have got leverage. Both sides have got a lot to offer and a lot to ask for. And I'm expecting the negotiation to proceed well. You know, our initial projection is something like a £15.3 billion sterling increase in bilateral trade. We're projecting that will lead to about a £1.8 billion increase in UK wages. And we're also expecting it to lead to economic benefits right the way across the UK, across all regions of England and across Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland. So we think it's going to be a good thing for the UK overall and a good thing for the United States. The ability to access high-quality UK goods and services, I think, will bring immense benefit to US consumers.
British negotiators are also heading to Brussels today to begin the first round of EU trade talks. The sticking point, or the row, is actually on fishing. How do you see that panning out?
Well, the UK has been absolutely clear that fishing and control of UK waters will be a matter for the UK government to decide. That is entirely consistent with the UK becoming a sovereign state, again, not being part of the European Union. So we have been absolutely clear on that. The Prime Minister has been clear on that. And I think Brussels needs to understand that that is our position.